This letter was written from Burton J. Smith to his fiancée, Willametta Turnepseed. It was written on April 20th, 1942, while Smith was training to be a navigator on bomber planes in the United States Air Force. Smith met Turnepseed while they worked together at the National Amateur Press Association, and they were engaged in 1942. However, Smith was killed in action in 1944, and Turnepseed married another man a year later. The main content of this letter revolves around Smith writing about how much he misses and thinks about Turnepseed. He brings up how much he thinks about her consistently through the letter, and also talks about the plans he has made for their future. Smith mentions a lilac bush he imagines them having that he knows Turnepseed would enjoy, and talks about the fun that they will have making more magazines together at the National Amateur Press Association. Being that the war was still so young at the time that this letter was written, there were not many significant events that had occurred up to April 20th of 1942. However, at this point, the very first rations had just been declared and set limits on the amount of cloth that could be used. These were the first major changes that affected every citizen of the United States during the war, and there were many more to follow. Reading these letters makes me realize how much different it was in the 1940s, because if I were away from home and wanted to communicate with a loved one, I could make a quick phone call and have instant contact with the person I wanted to talk to. People living now take for granted the technology we have, with Skype, FaceTime, texting, email, and phone calls making instant communication so easy.